some salt away or salt off, and I'll show you what that is there. So here we have salt off applicator. So we have the applicator, and then we have the actual salt away. Salt away remove salt, non-hazardous, non-toxic, biodegradable, green product. So seawater and sea air application, road salt removal application, safe to apply to any surface, water-based. So this is environmental friendly, as far as I know. Anyways, I'll show you what we do with this salt away stuff. Set this up here. So this vial allows us to take some of this solution and run it through the system. So I run in salt water. So normally every time I come back and it's parked for a week, I'll take a little bit of this stuff and I'll flush it through the system. So right there, probably don't need that much this time around. Have about 1 ounce. We probably only need about a half an ounce, really, to be honest with you. In my scenario, I was just flushing with water most of the summer, so a couple times I used 1 ounce. So anyways, we will go and get this plugged into there. Once that's plugged in, we can go back, start our engine back up. Nope. We're gonna start our engine up. Get our hose hooked up. See down in here, it's filling it up. Mixing all together, and it's gonna send it through the system. Then it'll come out all soapy looking, and it's going to flush our system out. As you can see, coming out the exhaust. We're going to let this flow through. Once that vial's done and it goes back clear, we'll disconnect it, we'll hook the garden hose back to it, flush some of the salt away or salt off out of the system, and then after that's done, we'll disconnect everything, put the garden, give it a couple shots of gas, blow out the extra stuff, and then shut her down. Okay, so now that pretty much everything went through the system, we're going to disconnect that. We're going to disconnect this. We're going to send some regular fluid through the system to flush it out some of that salt away out of there, salt off. You always want to make sure that it's coming out the side here some too. Out of your weeper. Okay, we're going to disconnect this. Give her a few shots of fuel. Go ahead and shut her down. Now, you see in there, there's still quite a bit of soap suds and whatnot. We'll come back and rinse that out thereafter. But what we're going to do is we're going to switch this here from our engine flushing port to our supercharger flushing port. That's screwed in, nice and snug. Now we're going to go and empty this out. We're going to probably put about half an ounce in here of the salt off, and we'll attach it to there. Now for flushing out your supercharger, you don't need the engine on. It's not necessary. Alright, so we got about a half an ounce. Put our vial back on our contraption here. Plug that in. And then we don't have to start the engine on this one. We can plug the hose in. but make sure you're on your supercharger flushing port. We'll flush that out some. We're gonna have some more foam and stuff coming out of here. So it's gonna come down through there. So she's all coming foamy down through here. We're gonna rinse a lot of this out thereafter. There, now that we flush some salt away through there, I'm gonna disconnect our garden hose. I'm gonna disconnect our applicator. I'm gonna take my garden hose, I'm gonna hook her back up. Just flush out some of that salt away. Salt off, salt away, whatever that's in the system. Just make sure everything's nice and flushed. Woo! Disconnect your garden hose, but make sure you stand clear, otherwise you're gonna get soaked, like I just did. We're gonna take this back off. Set that off the side. What I'm gonna do is we're gonna go start the engine just to kind of circulate and see if there's any stagnant areas in there. It's gonna actually come out. So start the engine. We're just gonna, not for very long, 30 seconds or so, give her a shot or two of fuel, get the thing spinning, and blow out the rest. There. Now that we have majority of it all out of the system in there, take our garden hose. We're just going to rinse the rest of it off. Give that a spray in there. We get this all rinsed out. Perfect.